So about Dragon Ball Super in 2026, let's finally talk about this, guys. We have a little bit of news and information from Toei Animation in regards to One Piece news. Now, this One Piece news directly affects Dragon Ball. 100%, this is going to affect the future of the anime, movies, production, scheduling, everything, right? I want to talk about this because this is all kind of coming together, right? This feels like this might be the return, right? No confirmation, no 100% confirmation or anything yet, but this is more of just kind of speculation on my part. I think most people, from what I've seen, are predicting that this Genki Damatsuri event or whatever that's going to be happening in January, which is confirmed to be having some type of announcement for some type of animation project. It could be a movie, it could be an anime, I don't know, right? It's got to be something anime related, right? It's all at the same time. Like, everything is happening in January. So let's talk about this One Piece news, right? Directly from Toei Animation themselves, One Piece will go on a 3-month break starting this January, same time as the Genki Damatsuri event, and returning in April of 2026 with the start of the Elbaf arc. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Beginning in 2026, the anime series will also kick off its new production schedule. Massive. This is gargantuan, right? Dividing it into 2 parts for a maximum of 26 episodes per year in order to dive even deeper into the heart of the One Piece world, incorporating more content, tempo, and pacing of the original manga. So, yeah, guys, this is insane. Honestly, One Piece, this is like making history for the One Piece anime because, as far as I know, One Piece never really took breaks, right? Very rarely did I see it go on break. It was only more recently during the production and release of Dragon Ball Daima that we did see it kind of go on a pretty long break. Now, Toei Animation at one point was doing both One Piece and Dragon Ball Super, right? And we all know how that turned out, right? Production schedule, pacing, everything for both the series, and just the quality was not good, right? Dragon Ball Super suffered severely, especially in the beginning. It finally turned up and looked better. Okay, not the best it could have been, but definitely better during the Tournament of Power arc, right? But that was more near the end. They were like, all right, well, this shit ending, so we'll go as hard as we possibly can, right? So now it's becoming more of kind of the modern anime seasonal format for One Piece, which is really good, okay? For people that liked the weekly anime episodes and stuff, which I don't blame you. You know, that's awesome that it was getting that. Realistically, it just doesn't work anymore in this modern times, right? You know, I know waiting a year for them to release a bunch of new episodes again, it's hard, right? Because you're excited to see more anime and animation, right? And just the story being told. But it just works better that way. Look at My Hero Academia, for example. If you go and you watch the whole series right now, which I am almost near the ending of it, again, this is my rewatch that I've been doing. It's so good because the pacing of it, for the most part, is really nice, right? There's very rarely any like actual like filler content. There is some stuff, I guess, that, you know, some people might consider filler, but it all kind of plays into what, you know, the anime, you know, does, right? Some people in that, you know, series, they don't like not everybody, I don't speak for everyone, but some people do not like some of the training arcs or some of like the slower points of the series. And I mean, that's just part of it, right? And I personally like that stuff. So I watched every single episode so far, you know, a second time now. And the pacing of it and everything, it's just so much better, right? It's not this like 400, 500 episode anime, like, for example, like Naruto, for example. Why'd I say that twice? Where the pacing was so bad with it, where they would just be going into these like just bullshit filler arcs. Same thing with Bleach. A majority of Bleach has that. Dragon Ball in general had a lot of filler. They had filler arcs too. So that's just how it needs to be, right? This seasonal format just works better. You're going to get better quality from animation. The pacing is going to be huge because, you know, that's one of the biggest criticisms about One Piece is the pacing is just awful, right? And I don't blame people for saying that. But again, this directly will affect what's going to be happening for the future of Dragon Ball because this is Dragon Ball's animation studio. Dragon Ball's, unfortunately, it's not going to be going to any other anime animation studio as far as we can tell, right? With the Caps Corporation Tokyo thing being, a thing now, and Iyoku kind of moving the direction of Dragon Ball moving forward now, ever since Toriyama's passing, things are looking good, right? Again, this is at the same time, so if they can go for a seasonal format, that means Dragon Ball could potentially do the same thing. Not saying that's what's going to happen. I don't know what the future holds. We don't even know if Dragon Ball Super is coming back. It could be a Dragon Ball Daima Season 2 or something like that, which I highly doubt, right? The ending of Dragon Ball Daima did make it look and feel like there was more to be told, but that's just Toriyama, okay? Toriyama, you guys know, he's always trying to put in some kind of gag or some kind of joke or whatever. So, with that being kind of his last series before he passed, I don't see them really going forward with it. Maybe a movie could be. There's definitely got to be some new movie in production right now with Dragon Ball, and again, there could be a new anime coming, at any point next year. Who knows, right? I pray it is Dragon Ball Super, but if it's not, I'm looking forward to whatever this might be, right? So again, to go off of the official confirmation, there is a new development super announcement. That's going to be the Genki Da stage part 1. Okay, that's going to be a 45-minute presentation. So, potentially we'll see a teaser or an official trailer. Some new reveal will be at this first part, right? Then we have the new video game that's going to be announced. And then we're getting a second, announcement for a new development of Super, right? Those have to be some type of anime or animation or some type of new thing, right, for the series going forward. It's not going to be manga. I don't think any manga related shit will be at this event. I could be wrong, but to me, all of the announcements that they're going to be having here are either a video game or a some type of anime announcement. It could be like a new series, right? And when I say new series, I mean it could be something completely new. For whatever reason, I'm not for whatever reason, but they seem to not want to really touch the manga content right now. So far, I don't know if that's what's going to happen, because if they do end up bringing back Dragon Ball Super, it would be stupid for them not to do the Moro arc and the Granola sagas, right? So, I don't know. Maybe they'll just do their own anime shit, which would suck, but, I mean, new Dragon Ball is new Dragon Ball for the most part, and that's going to be exciting. But yeah, it could be some new series. Maybe they call it Dragon Ball Ultra, Dragon Ball Shaima. I don't fucking know. Yeah, I'm just saying stupid shit, but you get what I mean. A new series like Dragon Ball Daima, for example, which is completely fresh, new elements, going to a new world, GT inspired, but it was new, right, for the most part. We were watching each week without knowing what the fuck was going to happen, right? There was no manga that we could go based on, right, that we could use for reference, okay, so this is what's going to happen. Oh, I'm so excited for Moro versus Goku, or Vegeta versus Granola and all this stuff, right? Vegeta going Ultra Ego and shit. We don't know about that. So this one is a shorter presentation. So my prediction, is that the first part is going to be some type of anime announcement, right? Whether it be DBS or some new shit that they bring back. Whatever, it's got to be, because the 45 minutes, it being longer, and then opening up with something huge, which is something that, people want, which is a new anime, more than anything, More than anything, Dragon Ball fans, the fans of this series, they just want a new anime, right? And not Dragon Ball Daima. As much as I loved it, right, it did not hit with everyone. And if it's, for example, Dragon Ball Super, for the most part, it will hit with everyone, because that's what people have been asking for, right? But if it's something new and it's got Super type of elements or Dragon Ball Z type of elements, people are going to be very, very excited for that, right? And then the stage 2, part 2, maybe a new movie? I don't even know. It's hard. They could mix and match with this shit. It could be reversed on that. I don't know. But the 30-minute thing, I feel like a movie would be a little bit shorter, because if it is the anime, they would probably go into more explanations and everything for it. With the movie, I feel like the movie might be something that is still kind of coming into fruition. So maybe they just don't have a lot of stuff to talk about with it right now, but who knows? We'll see. And then, of course, we have all this other shit, which is the special live stage. They're going to have Dokkan, Gekishin, all that, all the other bullshit. But for the most part, the first 3 announcements are the big ones, right? The ones that we care about. So I'm praying, okay? And I know you guys want this too. As Dragon Ball fans, we want Dragon Ball Super to come back with the Moro arc and the Granola sagas, and then potentially, hopefully, Toyotaro is ready to, write more shit by the time, all this kind of gets announced, so that at least maybe we'll know in the future, hey, he's already working on new sagas and new developments for Super. So if this does come back, we have a lot of time for the anime to kind of, and hopefully it'll be like a seasonal type of thing if it does come back like that, so that, they can have breaks and, Toyotaro doesn't have to like go crazy haul ass, right? For manga shit, right? And I think the monthly format is fine. It gives him time, to figure everything out. It being weekly, as much as I would like that to be a thing, right? Just, I feel like production for it and the scheduling and the pacing and stuff probably won't work as well. Not saying that it's impossible. Dragon Ball Daima was weekly, but they already had a set, thing for it, right? It was only 20 episodes. And again, as much as I love Daima, it wasn't what I really wanted, And again, I enjoyed it. I'm glad it was a thing, and we had our fun with it, but it was short-lived, right? It was only 20 episodes. If it's Dragon Ball Super coming back, that shit we know is going to be much longer, have more exciting stuff. And let's be real, Daima, it was only again, I enjoyed all of it, but it was only a select few episodes, maybe like a fourth of it, that was like hype as fuck, right? When it came to like the battles and fights and stuff, right? But still a very good series. But I know you guys, you want this shit, right? Yeah, y'all know this shit would go hard. I'm not saying break the internet or anything, but I'm just saying y'all know the internet would go crazy over the fact that this would return, okay? And it just would be really, really sad that, if whatever gets announced isn't something related to this, okay, like I've heard speculation of like the movie being Moro or whatever, which I personally don't think that would be good. I'd rather have an anime. But I'm just saying, like, if whatever new that they come up with it, if it's something completely fresh, cool, but again, it's not what people were asking, right? It's not what they wanted. If it is whatever new movie is coming, I honestly have no fucking clue what that could be. And there's a chance that it could be CGI again, honestly. I hope not. But I don't know, just the fact that they, for whatever reason, wanted to go in that direction, but then they went back to the 2D animation for Diamond. I don't know, it's weird, man, it's weird, but we'll see. We'll have to see. I'm very excited. I think over anything, you guys should get excited for this event. Again, I'm not saying don't get your hopes up for Dragon Ball Super or anything, but I'm just saying there's something massive coming for the series. New shit, right? New stuff. It's not going to be, I don't think it's going to be like this rehashed, oh, we're going to be doing, what is it? Like a video game thing that we've already seen a million times before. Like, for example, like Dokkan and like Legends and stuff. Like, great. I love those games, even with Xenoverse for the most part. It's mostly stuff that we've already seen. Xenoverse is finally doing like unique stuff with their story. But I want to see new stories being told in the official, full-on main timeline of Dragon Ball. Is that too much to ask? I think it is. Yeah, y'all comment down below what you guys want to see at the Genki Damatsuri event. Been kind of hard for me to say that. That was the first time I think in this video that I might have said it right. Yeah, only, guys, we're less than 2 months away. Actually, not less. Okay, about 2 months away, right? Yeah. It's gonna be here faster than you think. So I'm excited. Drop a like, subscribe here on the channel, ring my notification bell. Hit me up with some hype points and let me know down in the comments again what you guys are really, really excited for, your prediction, speculation, and all that. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.